What's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Back up in this thing, man. Talking about LeBron and the Lakers once again. And what is the problem with LeBron and the Lakers? And do I still believe they're gonna make the playoffs? I picked them to be probably, I think, fourth seed at the end of the day. I thought they would finish as high as 2, but I think I'm around the 3 or 4 seed. That was my final prediction, I believe. And is LeBron starting to believe coming to the West was a mistake. Too early to count him out. Too early to slander him. It take time. It take time. This ain't baseball. Throw a team together. You can hit the ground rolling. This is a real camaraderie sport. And that's what it's about. It's about camaraderie. He got more help than he had in Cleveland. That's not the excuse. The excuse is, well, there's no excuse. It's the fact that he's trying to get comfortable with a new team. He don't have the ball as much. He's trying to play off the ball, and he don't look comfortable playing off the ball. And I told people that's one of my biggest criticisms of LeBron James. And like I said, most people don't know shit about ball. I said, man, he ain't that good off the ball. You ain't gonna catch LeBron James posting up in the high and the low post and really, going to work. You ain't gonna catch him coming off screens, catching and shooting. It's basically ISO ball for LeBron, a pick and roll, pick and pop, him on the drive creating, him dribble, pounding the ball, creating for others. But now you got guys on the Lakers that can't spread the short floor and shoot. So everybody got to dribble to get their shot. You got more shot creators than shot takers. You know what I'm saying? Kuzma can spot up, Josh Hart can spot up, but they also can get it off the dribble, to get it off the bounce. And then you got point guards that can't shoot. That was one of my biggest criticisms. Lonzo and Rondo can't shoot. So at the end of the day, if LeBron driving and kicking out to them, then they gotta, dribble and find a spot and drive and reset and clog the paint up again. So it's about them making it fit. And LeBron is trying to change his game to fit, but he's just more effective when the offense goes through him. He's more effective when he's at the top of the key or in the wing, clearing out, pick and roll, or clearing out and taking this guy one-on-one. And that's when he's more effective at. He don't have no versatility to play off the ball without the ball. I mean, he had 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. I believe he had Rudy Gay or Byron Forbes, or whoever that he had on the wing, and he had him posted up. He faces up and bails him out with a jump shot instead of taking him to the rim. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be an adjustment period. They might have to shuffle some pieces around. They might have to move an Ingram. They might have to move a Rondo or Lonzo. They have to move some people, man. They got to get them more shooters, man. If they want LeBron to be at his most optimum, and you're going to need him to be at his optimum best in the West, you're going to have to play LeBron ball. And that's LeBron is the starting point and the end point of this offense. And he's going to need a Kyrie Irving. That's going to have to be Kyle Kuzma, because Brandon Ingram Sr. don't want to step and beat that role. The guy that can, get his own shot, create his own shot, and score, and kind of just take turns with LeBron going up in the floor, because it's hard. It's hard to gel with LeBron, man. I've seen nobody gel with LeBron where it looks kosher. It looks really comfortable. It looks really good. I haven't seen it. Seriously, I haven't seen nobody get in there with Brian. Okay, somebody get in there and the offense looked fluid with him. Even in Miami, it was them pounding the ball, taking turns between him and D Wade. Chris Bosh, going from being the star player in the league to being the cleanup, dirty work big man. It just hasn't happened. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are going to have to, either they're going to have to cater to LeBron, or they got to just try to force LeBron to be something that he's not. And that's a guy who was an off-the-ball ball player for at least 30% of his game, or 40% of his game. Because in Cleveland, and Miami, he was a 90% ball-dominant player when he was on the floor, if not 99.9% ball-dominant. So that's the adjustment period. So they got to figure out, Luke Walton got to figure out, like, look here. We did 3 games of, letting Rondo, letting Lonzo, letting Lance, letting Josh Hart, control the floor of the game, letting everybody get a dribble and we driving. Do we continue to try to, make Bron fit into an offense at, 30-something years old, 14, 15 years in the NBA, whatever he is? Or do we cater towards Bron straight from trying to get the best out of this team if it's in our best case, if it's in our best interest, to let Bron just dominate the ball, dictate the offense, and just let everybody fall in. But the problem with Bron dictating the offense like he did in Cleveland, with everything ran through him, is the fact that he don't have a Kyrie at point that can spot up and shoot. Lonzo can spot up and shoot, but he real streaky. Rondo can hit him every now and again. Then you had Lance out there, he can't hit him. You got JaVale McGee out there. You don't want him shooting it. So it's basically Ingram, Kuzma, and Josh Hart and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, which ain't shot the ball that well this year, are your best hopes at shooting the ball. And then on top of that, the Lakers don't have no team defense. Kyle Kuzma stinks on defense. Ingram is a solid defender. Josh Hart is a really solid defender, but it's no team defense. That's gonna have to come. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna have to come because they got good individual defenders: Rondo, Lonzo, Josh Hart, JaVale McGee. They got some really good individual defenders. LeBron ain't a good defender, but they got some really guys that can get after it. I think Rondo can guard the 2 a little bit. Lonzo can guard 1, 2. It's a stretch to say he can guard some 3s. Josh Hart can guard 1 through 3 too. You know what I'm saying? You got some really good guys that can defend out there. But it's going to be about team defense. And one of my things about this team was how are they going to fit with real point guards like Rondo and Lonzo, real ball handlers like Kyle Kuzma and Josh Hart and Kyle Kuzma. How are they going to mesh with LeBron? These are guys that like to score, that like to have the ball in the hand. They can spot up, but they give you so much to offer off the dribble. See, it's just going to be, they're going to have to either force LeBron to play off the ball as much as he does now in the first 3 games, or they got to just turn the offense over to LeBron and let him do his thing. And everybody just fit in on Brian rules, man. So, I still think they make the playoffs. There's no need to panic, man. It's early in the season. They're going to rip off like 10 straight at some point in the season. And people going to start overreacting. People writing them off. It's an adjustment period. People saying, oh, this will happen when you come to the West. Yeah, the West is tough. So is the East now. So, different team, different pieces and places. Not as many shooters. But he got shot creators and shot makers too. This is the best situation he's still been in since Miami. And I think they'll be all right. They're still going to make the playoffs. I still think they're going to finish above the 5 seed, in my opinion. Or right at the 5 seed or above. I'm not worried about it, man. People are always overreacting. You're going to have injuries. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have spats in the locker room, have players get suspended. It's all about gelling. I still predict the Lakers to make the playoffs. And if they miss the playoffs, man, that's going to be huge on LeBron's legacy. You know what I'm saying? And most people are going to look at it as him being a guy that was a product of being in the Eastern Conference. And that was a product of being of a whack conference. And he come over to the West side and to the best side, and get beat up and don't meet the playoffs. He got to make the playoffs. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. He got to make the playoffs. And if he don't, excuse my ringtone, if he don't, it's gonna be crazy. But I predict they totally will. I predict they're going to shuffle some things around. They're going to move some players as they need to. I want to wait and see if Mo Wagner can get in there. He can provide some shooting. He's a big guy that can get it off the dribble as well, too, but really can spot up and shoot. And it's tough on the block. He's going to bring a lot. Him and JaVale McGee is going to be a nice 1-2 punch on the post. On the post and, Mo Wagner stretching out from mid-range to deep 3. I really like that pick by the Lakers picking up Mo Wagner in the draft. So, things going to come around. You're going to see guys moving around. I'm definitely all in on Lakers still making the playoffs. It's about camaraderie. It happened, even if it's LeBron taking a step back a little bit and being a little bit more off the ball, or if they go all in with LeBron on ball. I say if this off the ball things that work with LeBron where he don't have the ball as much, he working off the ball and giving hockey assists and stuff of that nature. By the middle to end of November, then they got something to determine. They got to determine if they want to, continue down that route and try to make adjustments and trade guys, or they got to figure out if they want to go all in on LeBron and let LeBron just be ball dominant and LeBron be the offense and everybody work off LeBron. So it'll be interesting to see what Luke Walton chooses. But I told you guys, Luke Walton may be a problem here as far as the coaching. But I don't think the coaching is the problem so far. I think it's just goodness. I think it's just team chemistry, man. I apologize for that. I think ultimately I just think it's team chemistry, man. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Definitely appreciate everybody holding us down. Much blessed to everybody that continues to subscribe to Goodfellas Sports TV. Bring you all different types of sports. We're going to continue to hammer that nail down. And if you want to make a donation, the donation link is in the description. Shout out to everybody holding us down. Y'all know what it is. We gone.